Take it straight to the top story this evening. Currently, this December trade data just got announced, and the big highlight is the fact that while exports surged to the highest level since March 2015, imports also soared to the highest level since July 2015. And gold imports also crashed because of the demonetization effect. So those were the broader headlines and highlights coming in from the trade data. But Latha Venkatesh is right here to get us all the details and perspective on that. Latha, take it away.
Happy days are here again. Every number is brilliant, or every number is a happy number. Trade deficit last month, we worried, was $13 billion. This time it has crashed, or rather it's fallen to $10.5 billion, or even less than that. So that's a positive. And within that, exports have grown, as you just pointed out, a recent high, a 13-month high at $23.88 billion. It's actually about 5% higher than the year-ago number. No, more than that. Almost 6% higher than the year-ago number. It's a long time since we have posted year-on-year rise as well as a month-on-month, handsome month-on-month rise. Imports are not higher year-on-year. They are down by about 2.5%. But no worries. That 2.5% fall in imports is not because, electrical or machine tool imports have fallen. All those imports have risen, actually. Dyeing and coloring materials is up 15%. Leather imports are up. Chemical imports are up about 10%. The iron and steel is lower, and that's good. That means, the Chinese competition is less. Machinery and electrical imports are up 7.5%. Project goods are up. Project goods are almost flat, down 3%. Largely, although the import number overall is showing lower, most of the industry-related imports are actually higher. The only reason why imports are lower, it appears, is a crash in gold imports, which is very good. It should be traced to the demonetization blues. All through December, we worried that if there is a crackdown on tax-evaded money, there would be a crackdown on gold as well. So gold imports did fall, and globally as well, gold prices fell because of the fear that India will import less. So all told, good numbers. The deficit is lower. The exports are higher. Exports are higher also because our destination is doing well. Because of the surge in crude oil prices, Gulf countries are able to afford more. And across the board, we have seen export rise. We worried that demonetization would have brought down our handicraft exports. We could see that in November. But now all round, RMG, as you call them, ready-made goods exports, those have risen. All kinds of handicrafts and export products have shown a rise. So good news on the export front, good news on the import front as well. Just that the overall imports has fallen is actually good news. It's fallen because of gold imports. And finally, deficit as well has come in lower than November. You can't complain, but let's get an expert to see if they concur with the good numbers. Rupa Mitsude, the chief economist at L&T Financial Services, joins us. Rupa, well, $10.37 billion trade deficit. Your thoughts on all the numbers?
Certainly, I concur with you. Numbers are better than last month. But overall, if you see, we had seen good exports growth in the month of October prior to demonetization was launched. So trade deficit number actually in December is matching with that of October. So we can say that, initially there was a feeling that demonetization had impacted exports more than imports. But as you rightly said, we have seen very good pickup in exports in the month of December. Maybe we can give credit of this to various, free trade agreements or bilateral trade agreements which Ministry of Commerce has been pursuing, but definitely the numbers are good.
Okay, and now you would expect that our current year's current account deficit should be well within around the 1% mark?
No, I cannot conclude that so fast because you see, if imports have increased not because of gold imports but because of non-oil, non-precious metal imports, then that means economic activity is picking up. And you see, the import intensity of our manufacturing activity is very high. So if we are aiming for good growth, then we have to tolerate higher current account deficit.
All right, we will leave it at that. Rupa, thank you very much for joining us. Broadly, the expert agrees that exports have picked up from the lull we saw in November. The fall in imports is largely attributable only to gold and therefore not too much of a reflection of domestic slowdown. And a trade deficit monthly tick coming in around $10 billion is always a manageable number for India. So as of now, good news from the trade front in December.
All right, Latha, thanks so